I'm Spencer.
I'm Rosie.
I'm Eric.
And this is the Itch. Podcast number
72.
We actually have 4 of us here today.
Yep.
You know Eric is going to show up when he remembers the name of the podcast. He's like the day before. I'll cut him off to do 72.
How have you all been this week?
Really good. It's been an interesting week.
You saw me Tuesday. You know how I've been.
Yeah. We're getting over an illness, JD and I.
Yeah, I was down with the sickness.
Y'all was sick?
They were just straight up ill.
Yeah, illmatic, dog.
Yeah, it's pretty.
One mic, dog.
So before we get into the exciting information stuff, Eric, what have you been playing this week?
Final Fantasy 15. That's it. I've put in about 30 hours, 35 hours in that game. Maybe 40. I'm not sure. Because at a certain point, I keep falling asleep playing at night because I'm staying up too late. So I just wake up the next morning and it's got a bunch more hours on the save. And I'm like, well, I don't remember where I last saved, so I'm just going to click save.
That's a good idea.
I think my save actually has 60 hours on it. But I think I only played like 40, maybe 35.
Gotcha. I've been hearing that game isn't overly long.
No, if you actually just blast through the story,
It's pretty quick.
it's pretty short. But the side quests in it are so... They give you so much reward for it. Like, it actually feels good to complete these quests. Like, it's not... I kept telling you guys, like, I just gotta ignore side quest. But then I kept going off on a tangent with them.
Yeah.
Because it was actually rewarding, like, to complete some of the side missions and stuff.
Okay.
Like, you could unlock chocobos early and stuff. You could
There's
upgrade.
chocobos in this game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. There's chocobo drifting.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird.
Chocobo drifting 2015.
Is it faster than your car?
It's
no.
not necessarily that. It's more terrain. It comes on terrain.
So car stays on the road, chocobos go off road.
We're doing a review of that later, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So but yeah, I plowed through that game and did tons of side stuff, like way more.
Tons of side bitches.
Tons of side bitches, tons of it.
Sid, right?
Sid, oh god, Sydney.
What the fuck is her name?
Oh, the Dragoon chick. Yeah.
Oh, there's another girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's more military, like armored and stuff.
Oh, boo.
So she doesn't show as much ass and tits.
Yeah, what's the point?
But you like with the side missions, you can upgrade you can get better weapons for your characters. That's why That's why I got it so confused with
That's one of your part. So you get more than the 3?
You get like guests and it's kind of we'll explain it. You know.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But the benefit of doing the side quests and stuff is that you get better weapons. You can upgrade your car. You can upgrade
Like Gran Turismo?
a little bit.
Oh, she's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can just upgrade
Dragoons.
and benefit yourself by doing all this side stuff.
Sweet.
There's headlights that I picked up that I thought I was going to be a genius here, and I went to go to work because the headlights, when you're driving at night, demons spawn, right? So you get these special headlights, and it prevents them from stopping you on the road. So I put it on manual drive, put a rubber band around R2, and just started driving in a circle,
Yeah.
thinking that I would get a bunch of AP.
Because like, you run over the demons? Or?
No, you get AP for just long car rides.
Oh, okay.
So I just rubber banded down R2, put those headlights on, and just drove around in circles,
Yeah.
Smart.
thinking that I would get a bunch of AP. The first time I did it, I got like 100, which was pretty cool. And the second time, I got like 5, because
They finally realized what you're doing.
they had like, I don't know if they patched it or what, but they had the guys had a conversation, and to dismiss the conversation, I had to press X.
Oh.
And because I wasn't at my controller, I couldn't do it.
Trying to Elder Scrolls your way through the game. I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
See how it is.
Trying to do
that
that grind.
All right. Well, JD, what game have you been playing this week? All right, we'll do the review later. Rosie, what game have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Pokemon's Moon for the 3DS. And
We're gonna review that.
Yeah. I should have brought mine so that we could trade, because I'm playing Sun.
Oh, yeah, man. We should have, because I've been trying to find someone that can trade some of the variants. But yes, we are doing that Pokemon's review.
Sweet.
So, what's the first topic today?
Spencer, what have you been
No,
playing?
don't ask.
I
me
thought
that.
nobody would ask me that today.
I was hoping no one would
I
ask.
really
me.
thought nobody would ask me. But I have been playing. I played The Last Guardian. JD and I did.
Well, you mainly played. I got through like the first major platforming scene, but after that, yeah, that was you.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience. The Last Guardian was.
Yeah, so looks like a lot of fun though.
Are we reviewing that?
We are.
Whoa!
I was gonna review it.
today.
I was gonna review it Wednesday, on my own, and then Rosie guilted me.
Did I?
What?
Oh yeah.
What happened?
I was kind of half joking with that. I was
Rosie
like,
was like, "JD was there for 9 hours, and you're gonna do the review yourself." And I was like,
yeah.
"You got a point." Then you kind of fucked up, so I guess I'll just wait for
I
him.
was there for more than 9 hours.
Yeah.
I was there for 10 hours.
10 hours?
Yeah, I was there for 10 hours.
It ended up being about 12 hours. What?
And
Something
I
like
was
that?
Something like that.
watching that stream. I was just like, man, these two are really tough because JD's literally dying on screen.
Yeah.
I was, because I didn't get any sleep the day before, and I literally, because they're supposed to start like at 8,
Yeah.
and I texted him in the morning, and I was like, dude, I'm freaking hurting. I got like an hour of sleep. Let's try this again a little bit later. And it's like, all right, fine.
I could have sworn there was a point in the stream where she was just like, it was looking like,
My eyes were like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
It got pretty rough.
yeah,
Wow.
but towards like 6 or 5 or whatever, I was feeling a little better. That's probably because I was yelling at the game more
Yeah.
at that point.
Yelling at it.
Yeah, I mean, we were having some discussions, but also we were yelling about like,
So the Last Guardian is purposefully frustrating at times because it's like sometimes it's like raising a dog,
Yeah.
teaching a dog tricks,
right.
and that can be inherently frustrating, especially going for me who doesn't like pets. I don't
And
like
then-
animals.
Yeah.
And then going to the fact that we were talking about how sometimes the game doesn't necessarily guide you in the right direction,
Yeah.
and you have to rely on, say for instance, there's an object in the distance. You're like, can we make that? Because hey, freaking Trico can sometimes make crazy jumps.
Yeah.
Sometimes can't. Just gotta figure it out. And you're like, can we make that? And then you hop on Trico and you're like, get up there, get up there, get up there. And then he's like, slap. And then you're like, get up there. And then it turns out you just had to pull a cart in another area.
Yeah.
And then you're just like,
But then there's like the same jump
Yeah.
later on in the game, and you're like, well, I don't think he can hit. Well, we're going. And you're just like, what?
yeah, like that one where he comes through the ceiling
Yeah.
that one time, and then he's like, I guess he drops down. You guys do the stuff, and then you go back up there. When you go back up there, you're like, where are we gonna go now? And then it's a long jump, but he's like, yeah, we can go up here. And I'm like, what the hell?
I guess he's taking me.
Inconsistent.
Yeah. But, it's the art of the game. Review for that later. Anyway,
3 reviews this week.
I thought it was going to be 4.
Shut up.
What was the 4th one?
Watch Dogs.
Oh.
But I went to that thing yesterday. I totally meant that. Because I was going to play Watch Dogs at night and just kind of hammer through it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, they
We'll get it.
they informed me that it was Central instead of the one in Avondale.
I'm like, why did you want to go to that one? Like, not you, them. I'm like, why do you want to go to the one downtown? Oh, people can make it easier. More people
Yeah.
didn't suddenly show up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it was I was informed like an hour beforehand. I was like, I'm not driving Central Phoenix right now, and I'm just gonna finish Final Fantasy 15 and go to sleep.
yeah.
I was on chapter 13 or something like that, so I only had 2 more chapters to go. And I was like, I'll plow through that. It took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours to finish the last 2 chapters, and then I passed out for the last 12 hours.
Yeah. It was
So,
good.
Yeah. So what's been going on this week, Spence? In the news.
I don't know about a whole lot of gaming news this week. Anything crazy happened? I know they showed off the Nintendo Switch with Jimmy Fallon.
And Mario Run.
Yep. On the iOS.
Yeah.
The way Mario's always meant to be. An auto runner.
A one button game.
Yep.
Yeah, that's simple enough right there.
It's the Nintendo everybody wanted.
Yeah.
I will say that, so I got a little confused. The Switch is coming out this March.
I'm so confused too. Oh, so yeah. Okay, so yes, it's coming out this next year.
So this coming March, in like 4 months.
Yeah.
It's coming out. Okay, I thought it was 2017 or 2018 March. But so they're supposed to be releasing additional information on the Nintendo Switch on the 18th of January or something.
Yeah. It's coming out. Yeah.
It's also my friend's court date.
Shots fired?
He's like, I'm happy. I remember. Now I'm sad.
But yeah, that'll be interesting, especially because it's not going to be releasing with Zelda, I guess.
Yeah, I thought it was a little interesting that they were advertising it with Zelda. Like that's what the presentation was. It was Zelda. Yeah, but it's not going to come out with Zelda.
Zelda got delayed.
Do we know how long it was delayed for?
I thought it was till April, or maybe even May. Wasn't it?
What are they going to release it to? What's going to release the Switch?
I'm sure it'll be like a Mario game with it or something.
They got to show it.
Well, more
maybe on the 18th.
January 18th.
If you're not in court. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be finding out that news late that day. I don't think I'm allowed to use my phone in there.
You have to make those character sketches.
Yes.
You got to draw them yourself.
And if anyone's seen my artwork, they will look spot on.
So I found some interesting figures. Apparently, Xbox beat, if there's a competition here, just because that's how the internet likes it. So Xbox beat PlayStation 4 for Black Friday sales.
Yeah! Take that, PS4!
Sony 3 years in,
but
they win a year.
But PlayStation 4 beat the Xbox One for the month of November.
Yeah! Take that, Xbox One!
So I don't know how you rate how success works.
That is interesting.
But
so Xbox won Black Friday, which is in November.
Right.
But just that day, or 2 days, or whatever.
Or the weekend, or whatever.
The weekend. But then Sony still pulled out. See, I thought it was really interesting with the Xbox stuff for Black Friday. For those of you who don't know, the Xbox Slim does 4K resolution, which is starting to become a bigger deal. People are starting to get into it. The PlayStation's overpriced for it. That's a $400 system. To where the Xbox is offering you that at $300. And with Black Friday sales, you were sometimes getting 2 controllers or extra games and stuff, and possibly even $50 off for $250.
Yeah.
The PlayStation, the regular PlayStation, was going for $250. The 4K was still going for $400. It didn't drop in price at all.
Oh. Makes sense, though.
So when people were asking me, like, oh, what's the best buy? Like, what's the best purchase that I can make this year for console gaming and this and that? I was basically future-proofing them and telling them go with Xbox unless you have friends that are playing PlayStation because you're getting more bang for your buck out of your Xbox Slim.
Yeah.
But if they were getting just any Xbox, they had to get the Slim for it to be a value.
Right, because it's the 4K one.
It's the 4K one.
Yeah.
What about the Scorpio?
The Scorpio, I'm not sure how that one's going to work out. But yeah, as far as this last holiday season, every store I went to, I was seeing that the Xboxes were sold out. There was an entire pallet full of PlayStation consoles that's not touched. And then I went to the Xbox section, and there was just an empty pallet with, like, I could see pieces of cardboard from, like, a ripped up Xbox that someone was fighting over. And like the display cases and stuff in the actual game sections, Xbox was empty, PlayStation was full. So when I later on read that article that Xbox had won the weekend, I was like, yeah, it makes sense. It's what I saw at the stores that I went to.
Sony released a report.
Okay.
I think it was last week. They're like, congratulations on 50 million units sold.
On the PS4?
Yeah. So
PS4 sold 50 million units?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, total, right?
Total.
How much did the PS2 sell?
Oh, that was like over 100.
It was over 100 million. Yeah, it's the second best-selling console.
What's the first? Is it DS?
I think it's the DS.
Yeah.
DS or 3DS?
DS.
DS.
Huh.
3DS could ostensibly still hit it, but I don't think it'll hit as much as the DS did. Yeah. DS was huge. Actually, the Wii was pretty big too, I think.
No, I'm sorry. No, it's the Wii. It's not the DS.
It's the Wii?
It's the Wii, and
Really?
then it's the PlayStation, and then it's the DS.
That makes sense because I heard of like cruise liners like buying 50 Wii's to line up their cruise ship with all that.
And
stuff.
businesses bought Wii's, so they
Yeah.
could put in their,
Yeah, there's
that's what I was
Wii's at
saying.
my work. Yeah.
Yeah, like Humana, they
You
have
guys
a
want to bring
Wii.
in a Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah, like no one else had. Like, can you think of any other video game console that you've seen inside of a company?
Sure.
I've never seen an Xbox inside a company or anything. Not even like a Kinect.
Well, you've never been to Microsoft's building, then.
Let me tell you about that.
Clearly.
That's very true, though. But yeah,
Actually, they use the Kinect I've seen.
there was another thing that another report that I read. It was talking about the games with gold and the PlayStation Plus games
Yeah.
that had come out this year. And they basically valued them out and said, all right, this is what these games would have been worth had you actually paid for them, going back and forth. And I think Xbox's games came out to like
It was like
$980 or something like that for all the games they gave away this year, and PlayStation was at like $1,100, I think. So like $150, $180 more value with the PlayStation.
Yeah, but the number's kind of inflated. Because at the same time, you could say that you gave away that much worth of content, but is that content that you would have bought
Right.
at the same time?
Right. Yeah. So then, the
So
article
good.
continues on to go on like what was the quality of the game, like what
Yeah,
were the ratings on the video games and stuff, and
Sony definitely tackles more of the indie stuff, which, for better or worse, depends on how you look at it. I mean, because Microsoft has more like actual like big AAA games or games that are considered big deals, but they're also considered big deals like 5 years ago. Sometimes,
Like
sometimes
what?
longer. Well, like the last one they did Burnout Paradise.
Isn't that No, Burnout's not multiplayer. No, it used to be. Isn't it
What's-
still?
Yeah, but what does that mean? What you?
Well, you're saying they have more AAA. I'm like, well, if it's a multi-platform, it's not restricted to. Are you just talking about what they released?
Right, yeah, I'm just
That's
saying what they released for their Xbox
As
for
a-
free. And they would do Burnout Paradise, but it's like, it's a good game, yeah. But it's also, it was like a big deal a long, long time ago.
That's like if they're like, we're releasing Dead Rising.
Yeah.
Free.
It's like, thanks.
Enjoy.
one of the ones that I remember PlayStation releasing that I kind of laughed at was the NBA 2K15 or something,
Right.
and I was like, okay, well now I have a basketball game. I don't need to pick up the newest one.
Right, right.
Like now, if I ever have that craving, I'll just play this one.
Some basketball fan's gonna yell at you.
Yeah.
Point his finger at you and be like,
Yeah,
"No."
but then he'll just show like all I do is play my player, so who cares?
Yeah. And then Rocket League also was a really big one. Resident Evil.
That's crazy they put that for free. Rocket League. In
That was
retrospect.
before it was big, though.
Yeah, it must have been before it hit it really big, because that game,
I bought
game
that game
sells
like
crazy.
way later on Xbox.
we got it for free, right?
Yeah.
we got
Yeah.
We all got it for
free.
Yeah, boy.
Because we were one of those people, like, to be a good consumer with these type of things, you need to go on there and just download every month, just download them, add them to your library.
Yeah.
Even if you don't play them, just add them there, because you don't know what's going to be a really good game or not. And if you don't have time to play them all, just download them. Just add them to your library so that you can go back and play for free later, because Rocket League, I had a couple friends who have PlayStation, had PlayStation Plus, did not add it to their library,
Yeah.
and then when it came, like when all of us were screaming about how much fun it was, they're like, "Oh, I didn't download that one." I'm like, "Well, then pay the $20 and get it." And
Yeah.
they're like, "No,
Worth.
it's not worth it."
Oh, they're
Like,
crazy.
oh, it's so much fun, dude. You gotta play it.
Not to mention, like, if it's anything like the Xbox One, you can download it, delete it, but it'll still be there for you to download again.
The PlayStation has it a lot easier. They actually have two options. They have add to library and download. So you can add it to library, and then it just basically gives you the receipt that you purchased it.
Oh, okay.
And then, so like how Xbox, you have to download, then delete.
Yeah.
Which I think with the newest, so Mr. Microsoft has the beta versions. I don't know what it's called with Microsoft's stuff, but basically he always has the newest version of Xbox Live and all that stuff. Like right now he has Cortana for the voice activation instead of the Kinect voice that comes with it. It's bullshit. It sucks. Like, she is super slow for the Xbox, but he's always getting the newest things to test them out and try them out. And I'm pretty sure that they have the add to library instead of download and then delete on that. I don't know if it's live yet for everybody.
It should be good. It's a nice feature.
It is. It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. Like I picked up Darksiders 2,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, well, I don't want to download it right now. I'll play it.
Yeah. Hey, there's a lot of.
Is that series worth getting into? I've heard good things.
I've heard good things too, but I guess
Darksiders 1 was really good. I didn't play 2.
There's too much endgame content in Final Fantasy 15 to do.
Yeah.
Are you working on that? Okay.
So I actually restarted Dishonored 2.
Dishonored 2?
I set it to easy.
How'd you feel about it? Were you Dishonored?
Did you? Well, that was good.
That was really good. I'm really impressed with what you just did there, JD.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Really like it. It was really classy.
Oh, beast.
So why'd you restart?
Because it was just
too hard.
It's too hard. I was getting stuck and
Too hard.
I was having to replay the same spots like over and over and over again, and I was like, "This is ridiculous." And I also, when I first ran through the game, I didn't really stop to pick up power ups very often. So this time, I set it to easy, and then just really explored the areas and grabbed it.
Oh, so doing like side missions.
No, not really side missions.
Side exploration.
Side exploration, because
Sexplorations.
I needed more than what I had. Like, I was walking into the... I mean, technically, you can play the game without...
Oh, you're
getting
talking
power.
about actually getting the... What's it called? So listening
runes.
to the heart. Yeah.
Yeah. And in this, the first time, I literally had one move outside of the one they just gave you.
That was all. I'm sorry. Continue.
But this time around, I'm like a fucking magical shadow monster.
I'm a magical shadow master that will eat your soul.
Yeah, it's been a lot more fun this time. I mean, it was fun the first time I tried to get through it, but now I actually have like certain powers that make things more doable.
Yeah.
So it's dude, I'm changing my opinion on that game. At first, I was like, this is probably like a $40 game, yeah. But
Now
that
it's
I'm really-
easier.
now that I'm digging into it and like really experiencing it, that game.
Are you combining powers? Like switch, like quick swap into doing your powers?
Yeah, it's just a button. Like,
Oh no! What I'm saying is like, have you found like good combinations of moves that get you through situations? Like I've been playing the game too, and I've been using all I've been using is that little teleporting move, and so I jump behind them, choke on them out, then jump behind another one, choke them out like that, just back to back to back real quick. Then I'll grab the bottle and toss it like that, and that's just all I've been doing really. I haven't used any of the other powers.
oh, there's one where you can turn like a little shadow and like walk on the ground. It's kind of a funny walking
Crawl.
move, and it literally looks like this.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like crawling?
Yeah, it looks like you're crawling, and I think you probably are. But so you're crawling on the ground, you're doing it, and I enabled it to where I can like knock out 3 different people.
Oh, I'll see.
It's like walking like, and as you put your like hand in their mouth, it's really weird. You like explore into their mouth, and then that game's weird.
Wait, so it knocks him out doesn't kill him?
No, it just knocks them out.
Oh.
So they're just laying there like
Ugh.
dazed and everything. It's pretty
I thought-
wild. But that game is really good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really impressed because Bethesda games don't usually grab me as hard. Like
Yeah.
Fallout 4, it's good, but I couldn't.
They don't shove it down your throat.
Well, you didn't like Doom?
Yeah, I like it in the throat now. That's how I like it. I didn't play Doom.
Why not?
It was on sale. I probably should have.
Very sure.
I'm not really into like twitchy, fast-paced shooters and violent.
But you love Overwatch.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I can play that.
But
a lot.
you wouldn't like the violence. You're really not into violence.
Yeah.
I'm not even messing
I think
with
Spencer likes Overwatch because it's a game that we all play together.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Oh, really? When's the last time we all
I
played?
like it when we're a family.
like a week or two
I don't know.
ago.
I always ask you guys to text me when you guys get on.
You never.
I
asked
text
that.
him. I've lately texted him.
Why don't you
He got
text
on
me?
once.
You never
Me?
text me.
Yeah.
Is this because I'm trash at the game?
Because you're not good.
Is that why you don't text me?
Me and Brandon are doing.
I got on twice.
We're getting.
Since you bought it.
We're getting Sunday.
Are you doing rank Sunday?
All 10 rounds Sunday.
I'd be down.
So,
Yeah, I'll be down for that. You want me to join your rank team?
no. I'll play with you on pickup games after.
Oh.
I'm trying to prove a point here, because someone whom we happen to know, who shall not be named, didn't think that I could get a higher rank than them. And I'm
Who?
like, they'll know by next week. Because I'll let you guys know my rank.
Is it your brother?
No, it's not.
Is it
Oh.
Matt?
No, it's not.
Is
Stop
it Troy?
Stop playing the guessing game. You're gonna guess it.
We'll find out next week.
Is it Rosie?
Yeah,
We'll
but
find out
me.
next week.
Is it Sean?
Sean doesn't even like Overwatch,
Is it Eric?
which is very surprising.
Seems like something Eric would do.
Is it Spencer?
Yeah.
That definitely seems like.
No, I
something.
know JD can outrank me. Like I know flat out.
Well, it's someone. We'll just say that.
I've played against JD in Overwatch, and I almost turned into Sean.
I didn't even know you were against us in that match.
I was losing my goddamn mind. I could not do anything to their team. Like, I think I switched through like every character, trying to do every strategy I could think of to just try and get behind them and kill the healer. That's all I wanted to do.
Was that playing with my brother?
You were playing with your brother and two of your other friends, and I could not get to the fucking healer. They were doing such a good job of communicating, and like as soon as I'd pop out and start to do a little damage, healer would fly away, and then the rest of the team would swarm me and keep me from getting there.
Yeah.
So I almost got her as Mei, and I started to do a bunch of damage, and then she started to fly. I pegged her in the air, and she got like really low health, and then the whole team turned and looked at me. I put up a wall and just ran away.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I just gotta wait. And then I'm like, I just gotta wait for my health to regen. And then here comes JD with Tracer, pops around the corner, and runs away and kills me. I was like, fucking hate you!
How's your friend liking it? Overwatch.
He's been hitting me up a lot about playing it this week, pretty much every other night. But I told him until I finish Final Fantasy 15, I am not gonna turn it on.
I feel bad. He's invited me a couple times, but I've been trying to get through Dishonored, if I'm even on the PS4.
Yeah,
Play a lot of LoL too.
yeah. I ended up going offline because I felt bad, like always saying no to him.
Yeah.
So I went offline. Then I think I've been offline since I started Final Fantasy 15. But I told him once I beat Final Fantasy 15, we'd have a day where we sit and just play. But he loves the game. He's starting to figure out a lot more about it.
Is he opening up to any other games that he might want to play on the PS4, or is he still like steadfast?
He's interested in Final Fantasy 15.
Okay.
I showed him a little bit of that gameplay, and he's interested in it. I don't know if he'll get as involved as to beat the game, but he played World of Warcraft with me, which I can kind of connect to this play style. It's obviously more action based in combat and stuff, but I think he would enjoy it. Him and I are talking about doing a Last of Us playthrough.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
He already knows, but I bought that for him for Christmas. So him and I every Sunday are going to try and get together and play through that, because I know that he would play it at his own pace, and he would play it for like 2 hours, and then like a month later he'll play it for another 2-3 hours, and then a month later he'll play it and the story won't connect for him as well.
Yeah,
because there'll be too much time in between plays. So I figured if I could sit there with him every day and push him through it, because I don't really care for the gameplay style of Last of Us. I was going to say Uncharted, but I don't really care for the gameplay, but I do love the story, and I would love to sit through it again. I was also watching you.
You were watching us. I knew that was you.
Yeah.
Eric was with us in spirit. Through the Wi-Fi. He's a ghost in the Wi-Fi.
I was watching you guys play it as well. But yeah, I mean, I think there are a handful of games that I'm gonna get him into on the PS4. But he also ended up getting a 2DS and a PS4 in the same week, so he has an immense amount of video games right now to where he's distracted.
Based on what he told me about what he likes about gaming, I don't know how much there is on the 2DS for him.
I don't really know either. I think he'll end up digging Pokemon, Zeldas, all the different Zeldas, even for the regular DS.
He likes those?
All the Zeldas and stuff?
For the DS? The ones that are like touchscreen? And
he was talking about the
Spear Tracker and
the Seasons one, right?
Seasons?
That's for the Game Boy, but
the
Game Boy...
They did a remake on the DS for it. They re-released it on the DS.
re-released it.
Yeah, they re-released it.
Yeah, I'd take a remake of this. Those are fun.
Yeah, so he'll probably dig into those. Right now I know he's playing Ocarina of Time. He's playing Ocarina of Time, Pokemon Moon.
Is he the one I tried to offer him Majora's Mask to, and he says he doesn't like that one because it's too dark?
Too dark, yeah. Yeah.
Come on, guy.
It's dark game.
It's not too dark.
It's darker than like your typical run-of-the-mill Zelda games.
If he's gonna play The Last of Us, I think he can handle Majora's Mask.
Okay. Never mind. You got a point.
Oh, we want to talk about some news?
Yeah.
Pokemon Go. Have you guys hear about that?
I never heard that game.
Never heard of the game?
No.
They're
Alright.
putting in the other Pokemon.
So
They want you to play it again.
they have not. They're talking about introducing the next 100 Pokemon.
Yeah.
But they haven't put a release date. But they actually did just have a release this last Thursday.
Okay.
This last Thursday, they announced a partnership with Starbucks Coffee.
Oh.
So every Starbucks and Sprint stores have turned into gyms or Pokestops. And if you go into a Starbucks right now, you can order the Pokemon
Latte?
Frappuccino,
Oh, it's
Cappuccino,
close.
something like that. And if you show them that you caught a Pokemon or swiped the Pokestop there, you get a free cappuccino or whatever. I don't know what about it makes it a Pokemon cappuccino.
Pokechino?
But yeah, they announced their partnership with that, and I actually heard that Japan has a partnership with McDonald's
Oh God.
for Pokemon Go out there.
I mean,
And it just kind of hit me for a second, and it's like I understand that there's advertising everywhere, and then
Yeah.
there's partnerships and advertising and stuff. You play some of the games, you see Pepsi or Coke or something, or all those different things in these video games. But Pokemon Go was meant to be a game that got you out of your house, exploring and going off and exercising. Now they're sending you to a McDonald's to shove dollar menu fatty foods in your mouth, or cappuccinos, which is like one of the fattest things you can get at Starbucks.
Yeah.
It kind of goes against what their argument was. The article that they posted when they announced this release
Yeah.
on Thursday was that it's bringing people together and offering a localized spot where people can meet up together. I was like, yeah, that's what the parks were for. So the parks had all the
I think
Pokestops and all the things.
maybe they see the dwindling stuff and they're. I mean, because it was going to at some point, but maybe they see that and they're like, well, this is a way to get people back in, like especially basic bitches, get them back into the Starbucks, and they're already there, so they can just start playing Pokemon again.
Right, and it probably netted them a good $1 million or a couple $1 million or something like that to put this huge phenomenon attached to now Starbucks and Sprint, which I don't fucking understand.
Yeah, why are people meeting up at the Sprint store?
I don't get why Sprint would be
That's a weird
attached to this, especially with how shitty their network is.
Yeah, their Pokemon are like missing now. They just keep like glitching in and out.
Yeah, I don't understand how that was connected. And then Japan having McDonald's and stuff, like, I don't know. And then the fact that they updated their tracker also to where you don't really find Pokemon in the wild anymore. You find them based on Pokestops. So you have to go to Pokestops to catch Pokemon. So if you're, with the new updates of every Sprint store and every Starbucks turning into a Pokestop, their tracking system based on Pokestops, come on. Like, they're just saying, go sit down now. Like, they're not even saying go exercise. They're just saying go sit in a Starbucks.
Yeah, just go to a Starbucks. Because they should be like getting you out in the mountains and the rivers and
yeah, that's what I thought I was going to go to.
Yeah,
Like
but now
Fuji.
they reduced the spawn rate in the wild now. Now it's everything's based on spawning on Pokestops.
Oh,
that's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
No, it's brilliant.
I mean, it's dumb for like the gameplay, but for you're right.
I thought there was gonna be a Mount Fuji and then I'll just have an Articuno on top. But no, that's not the case.
Supposedly this December we're supposed to be getting an event release for Mewtwo. I still have yet to hear anything about that.
Times Square?
How was your Pokédex anyways in that game?
So they released Ditto, and I still have yet to catch him. I still need to get Dragonite. I still need to get Aerodactyl and Porygon.
Can you get so theoretically if you had a Ditto, could you get them to get a Ditto and a certain creature and just get them to make eggs for you?
No. There's no breeding in Pokemon Go.
Ugh.
There should be.
Yeah. So what does Ditto do?
He transforms
He just transforms into whatever like
you're
gym.
fighting at the gym.
How's
He
that
does
helpful?
nothing.
Yeah.
No, he does nothing. I mean, if you're fighting like a Dragonite or something like that, but usually the first Pokemon in a gym that he transforms into is not going to be a Dragonite.
Oh, he just transforms into anything?
Into the first thing it fights.
Okay, that's what I thought. So Oh, I thought you only had one Pokemon per gym league.
No, there can be up to 7 or 8,
Oh,
something like that. Yeah, I mean, I let my buddy borrow my Pokemon Go Plus bracelet.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you wearing it now?
No, I'm not. I let him borrow it like a week and a half ago, and I will say, as soon as I handed that over, I almost stopped playing the game. I maybe played 2-3 times a week, and just go for a little walk or whatever, and try and catch stuff or hatch eggs. But I stopped playing daily as soon as I coughed up that bracelet.
Makes sense. That's
Yeah.
sure. Well,
What are you guys looking forward to playing this coming week?
this coming week, Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, he wanted to play it.
What? I got money. I got a job, boo.
What about you, JD?
He's got to play Watch Dogs too.
Wherever the world takes me.
Where?
The
You're gonna-
wind. Yeah, to be Watch Dogs too. And
I can
then
beat this one.
gotta find the first Darksiders, beat the first Darksiders, and beat the second Darksiders.
Tell me what you think about Dark
All in this week?
No, one. But soon.
Tell me what you think about Darksiders 1.
If I buy it and I hate it, I will literally give it to one of you. And that'll be that. And then, congratulations.
On December 8th, Bully the Anniversary Edition came out.
Okay.
Wait, where?
Killer Instinct, the Definitive Edition, came out. The PC.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They've got so much bullshit about that fucking game.
You don't like Killer Instinct?
No, it's not that. It's so there was an article posted on fighting game community websites, and it's these guys.
That's the FGC, guys.
It's these two guys, and I think I might have told you the story about it, or I might have told the stream the story about it, but just for the record, they're sitting there, and they're being interviewed by this guy. One guy's Ultra David. He's an OG in the sense that he's been there for a while. He's more of a commentator. He used to play a lot more, but now he just kind of commentates, and he's just kind of the guy that's like observing.
Yeah.
Him and another gentleman, whom I probably know, but his name escapes me. And they're sitting there talking, and they're like, Street Fighter V was the worst released Street Fighter in the history of Street Fighter. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Street Fighter 3 was pretty bad. Because there was only Ken and Ryu as the older characters. Everyone else was new characters.
Oh, Third Strike.
Well, Second Impact had more people, and then by Third Strike, there was, Chun-Li and...
That's embarrassing that they would count how many times they re-released that game. Like,
No.
in the title.
They didn't re-release it. It's not a re-release.
What is it?
Second Impact and Third Strike are technically sequels.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, there's more characters. The system operates differently. Yeah, it's a sequel. It's not a...
Oh.
So like Star Wars, the Attack of the Clones, Star Wars, the something.
Sith, Revenge.
Revenge of the Sith.
Sith gets the revenge this time.
Yeah.
Really? It's a sequel?
The Sith...
But it's a fighting game.
Star
So
Wars
what?
Episode 3 Pod
Okay.
Racing.
So why would there be a sequel in a fighting game?
It's kind of weird.
Isn't Street Fighter 5 out? From Street Fighter 4? I'm
But
lost here.
No, but you said it's Street Fighter 3.
Street Fighter 3,
And then second
Impact,
Impact.
and then Third Strike.
Why would they release sequels?
So the first Street Fighter 3, right,
Yeah.
had Ken and Ryu, had a couple other characters in it. I think it was like Necro, Oro, or not Oro, Necro, 12. I'm trying to think who all was in it. I think Hugo. Makoto was only in Third Strike.
So are people playing
No,
Third Strike,
people are playing Third Strike.
but are they playing the first one?
Second Impact and the first Street
Yeah.
Fighter 3? No,
Why not?
because those aren't nearly as good as Third Strike. Third Strike, they perfected the formula of what they're trying to go for.
But if they're sequels, if 3 and 2 are sequels of 1, then shouldn't they all stand alone as their own games?
Okay, I get where you're going with
And
that, but that doesn't necessarily apply to when it comes to fighters. So, because
fighters shouldn't have sequels. That's what I'm saying.
that's just your opinion. The difference between Tekken 6 and 7 is pretty big.
Right.
But
I mean, that
people
makes
aren't going
sense.
to have a tournament about Tekken 6 or Tekken Tag versus Tekken Tag 2.
And now he's
Spencer would be a lot happier
Well,
if you
here's the
called
thing.
it Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 4 instead of Second Strike. You call it Street Fighter 4.
Because to me it sounds like DLC or some kind of expansion.
Well, it's not. I mean, if anything, it is its own separate game because the way that the game is played is different. Third Strike has that.
Sounds like you gamers got played with that one.
And you know what's kind of weird? But you know what's weird about Street Fighter though? Just
What?
it's that
I'm just trying to tell this story.
I'm
Well, fucking distracted.
Can we have a sub story or a sub?
Yeah,
I
let's
thought
have
we
a
just
sequel.
had one.
I was gonna say something, but now I'm not. Go ahead, tell your story, JD.
JD's story, second win. Go ahead.
Why do I cut that?
No, I wanted. I just thought we were gonna have like listen, but you don't seem
No,
like
you're right here, right now, slowly rising. Spencer with his idiocy is right up to here.
Where am I at?
Yeah. Oh, you're at the same level.
No, Rosie's right here.
Why am I there?
Oh, you just went up, Rosie.
So wait, when you did this, I'm there.
No, I did this.
Oh, you're. So
I'm
he's
on the ground.
Yes.
Oh man, I wish I was there. Can I switch spots with Eric?
Fuck no.
I'm
You're done for the day.
Oh.
So
no.
you know what's kind of weird about Street Fighter? I'm gonna say this. Is that right? So no, okay, just let me finish it.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, is that Tekken goes, timeline wise, it goes through this timeline, but Street Fighter, right? Street Fighter 5 is technically story wise
It's
and
going
lore
so
wise
Mm-hmm.
a prequel to Third Strike.
Mm.
Isn't that kind of weird though? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah. So okay, so we're on the same. So even series wise, some of the games are just a little bit hard to follow story.
What does this have to do with anything?
I was just saying because he was talking about the series.
You're back up. Now you've earned his iron.
Because like he said, like Second Impact, 3, then Second Impact, then Third Strike. It's just kind of weird.
So all of that is a series of the same essential, or it's like if I remember correctly in the story of those, it's like the same martial arts tournament, but it's like, so like Street Fighter Alpha, right?
Okay.
Street Fighter Alpha is technically a reboot of Street Fighter. They're redoing the first Street Fighter, because the first Street Fighter, no one knows shit about. Didn't sell well.
Okay.
It is the worst selling Street Fighter. Then Street Fighter Alpha 2 comes out, and that's in between, it's after the first tournament, it's in between. And Street Fighter Alpha 3, I believe, is still in between Street Fighter 2. So Street Fighter 2 is the second World Warrior tournament, or the World Warrior
I feel
tournament.
like I need to grab a piece of paper.
Whatever. Then after that happens, after all that fighting and all that shit happens, and all the 2 Turbo, Super, and all that other shit, those things, expansions, because nothing really about the gameplay changed, other than you get a super meter. And then
But you see how it can be confusing.
Yeah,
To
that's
somebody like me. Right?
That's
to
all
a
just-
plebe? Yes.
Pleb.
No. Plebe.
I actually had an issue with titling, with distinguishing between a couple different products. My brother for Christmas mentioned that he was interested in getting a Nintendo 3DS, and I asked my mom, I was like, has he talked to you about the 3DS? And she's like, yeah. I was like, do you know which one he wanted? And I was trying to speak slowly because I knew that I was confused as hell already. Because there's the 3DS XL, the 3DS, the new 3DS, and the new 3DS XL.
Isn't there only a new 3DS XL in America?
Not that I'm aware of.
I thought they didn't release the new 3DS in America. In America. I thought it was only in Japan.
That could be part of what the confusion was because my brother wants a new 3DS.
Yeah.
And
So it's, in America it's redundant because there's just one 3DS.
yeah, so trying to explain to my mom, who just knows that a 3DS exists, she doesn't know that there's an XL and all the other versions and stuff. I was like, so do you know which one he wants? And it was like a 15-minute conversation of just being so confused of, because I can imagine if someone was like, oh yeah, I want Street Fighter 3, but the Second Strike. It's like, okay, I can type in Street Fighter 3 Second Strike and find the game. But if someone just goes, oh, I know JD wants a Street Fighter 3, and then it's like, well, there's 3 different versions of Street Fighter 3.
Yeah.
Do we know which one he wants? And
There's probably more versions.
well, this one has the
I
Roman
still
numeral
quit.
3.
Like,
Is that the
I
one
quit
he
trying to
wants?
find a 3DS for my brother.
I'm just gonna keep going up.
Well, we got the Street Fighter here with just the 3. We have the Street Fighter here with it just has like the Roman numeral 3, and then this one here has like 3 alpha, right? Yeah, that's it.
So JD,
JD, shut up. JD, can you please tell your story about Ultra David? Can you finish that story?
So Street Fighter V is the worst. Let's get back to Street Fighter V is the worst Street Fighter V release ever.
Why is he crying like he's over?
Is it true?
No,
is it true?
It fucking isn't. People are just saying that because they want to be shown up on like, hey, pay attention to what I say. I'm still relevant, right? The only thing Ultra David does nowadays is really commentate, right?
That's cool. That's good.
And there's no problem with that. But and I've said this plenty of times. Spencer and I've talked about this. Gaming is too close. Gamers are too close to the gaming industry in the sense of like, oh, I can make a better game than that. Huh. Like they think immediately, oh, they should have fixed blank, blank, blank. He goes, how would you fix this, Ultra David? He goes, they need to re-release Street Fighter V.
Why?
That doesn't fix anything.
He goes, they need to re-release it under a new kind of mentality and write it off as like a fresh slate, so that way when they re-release it, people go, all right, they're going to take us seriously. And I go, so, hold on. So, first of all, they released Street Fighter V. They go, hey, Street Fighter 4 is coming to its end. We want to drop Street Fighter 5 for you guys, right? The development time for that game was actually pretty quick, all things considered. Sony fronted the bill on it. Then they announced the Capcom Pro Tour that's going to be specifically wrapped around Street Fighter V and any other Capcom-related fighting games that come out. They do that because they care about the community, the FGC community, and they want it to grow. That's why freaking Evo was sold out in a freaking like boxing arena. There's a huge difference. So then, that's also why they're releasing Resident Evil 7 under a new concept where they're going, hey, we're taking it back to horror. We're doing our best with it. Hear us out. It's going to be first person this time, but it might be good. Okay.
Gonna pee myself.
Yeah. Hey, there's going to be VR support. We're teaming up with Sony on this. Again, VR support because we want to make sure it works. Hey, guess what we just did? We just announced Marvel vs. Capcom again because we know you guys like it. And we ported over Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the PS3 for you guys.
PS3 or PS4?
Or PS4. So that way the industry can thrive again. You guys can have fun playing the game. But we have Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which will come out in 2017. How we're going to develop it, who fucking knows. But we're doing it because we care about you guys. And then, lastly, they released a press release stating, hey, we're going to revive some of our old IPs. We want you guys to play some of these older games that you've known, you've grown up with. We want you to enjoy the content that we provide. We want you to let you guys know that we still care about you guys.
I'm hoping they bring back Goof.
I hope they bring back Mega Man Legend.
Well, that's why X was the first character, Capcom character announced on, well, he wasn't, but he's with Ryu in Marvel vs. Capcom. Because like, hey, we haven't forgot about X, Mega Man X.
Well, didn't he win like the fan battle for people to come back or something?
Yeah, and he didn't in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. In the old days, right? So with all of this stuff of them trying to push themselves in the right direction, and also mentioning we're not going to re-release Street Fighter V.
Thank God.
It's only going to be one Street Fighter V with DLC. It's coming out progressively. Mm-hmm. Why would they go back to essentially quote-unquote cash comm status and re-release a title just to get money, just so you can go, it's on a clean slate? Do you think the rest of the entire industry or any consumer is going to look at it like that? No. They just want more of my money. Screw you, Capcom. I'm not going to buy your product.
Capcom can't win.
Capcom can't win. And it's the stupidest thing. I'm like, why do you... They're like, oh, they should have put this in. This is what makes a fighter. How do you know? You're probably... I think he's close to 40. And you're still messing around with... Unfortunately, yeah, the FGC community, it's a bunch of younger people. You look at guys in 20s that look up to guys that are in their 35s, 40s. So... honestly speaking, don't you think you kind of need to move on past this or get something else other than this instead of trying to provide your insight to an industry from such a limited standpoint, from such a biased standpoint?
Yeah, you'd think he'd be a little bit more wiser.
But
one of the people.
But so you brought the Killer Instinct Definitive Edition. Do you think when people buy that Definitive Edition, they go, "Hey, it's a clean slate"? Yeah. This or that nothing else is going to come out on that Killer Instinct?
Yeah.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Because I could have sworn when people bought the season passes for Mortal Kombat, they didn't expect an XL version to have even more characters in it. But hey, I'm just shooting from the fucking hip. What do I know? God, it's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Well, it's funny too because you've been around the fighting game stuff for a while, obviously. And
I mean, I'm not like as long as these guys, but
right, but you know the history behind it.
Yeah.
You know how the fighting game community kind of is with it, and gamers in general are just never happy. Just not a happy group of people.
I'm not happy.
No.
And we always kind of know, or we think we know, how things should have gone.
Well, how about
Like-
this for one?
Nintendo should have worked with Sony.
Why didn't
obviously.
they add all 850 Pokemon to Pokemon Moon? They got all of them, right? Am I right?
Huh? Where are we going? Sorry.
Pokemon only has like 250 Pokemon.
Only 250.
Only like
And you
250.
only have 25% of that?
Come on, get with it, Nintendo.
Get with it.
But I'm just playing off your joke.
That's what he's caught.
you've got like 60 Pokemon?
80, I think. I think you have like 80,
85.
85.
But guess what? I don't catch Pokemon. I just battle 'em. I do what they tell me.
So what's the point of them putting
Okay.
850 Pokemon in there if you only play with 6 of them?
Because there's way more Pokemon that are better in older versions. And I would like some of the older version Pokemon, especially
You can get them
since-
still.
Yeah, but you gotta like have that Pokebank.
You don't know? No.
You can't trade between X and Y yet.
Not yet.
Yet. I want it now.
It's supposed to be out like this month.
Actually, you can't trade at all with Pokemon X and Y. You can only switch it. I think, yeah, it's an update for the X and Y to be able to put in the Pokebank, and from the Pokebank you can draw to your Pokemon Moon. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah, I don't think that
fact.
they've introduced Pokemon Sun and Moon to Pokebank yet either.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why you can't trade them.
This is
Anyway.
Pokebanks. Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
$5 a month too. Is it crazy?
$5 a year.
A year? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's $5 a year.
So it's bullshit.
Sorry, we keep sidetracking.
Definitive editions are bullshit.
Really?
In the sense of fighting games?
Fighting games it
Yes,
is?
it's bullshit.
Well, I don't know. Journey also is pretty bullshit.
The definitive edition?
The definitive edition.
What's it different from the normal?
Nothing.
Nothing?
There you go.
I don't know of a single thing that's different between definitive and regular.
Dishonored.
I know it's
Definitive-
$10 more.
Dishonored Definitive Edition. Hey, here's your 2 DLC. Enjoy. Okay.
That
No,
seems legit.
fuck it.
That seems kind of legit, right?
I'll just take the game by itself because the DLC wasn't even interesting to begin with.
Really?
Going through it, yeah, I was just.
I know
That
the Lord,
is a very
the
true thing in a lot of
Rise of
games
the
now.
Tomb Raider one was bullshit.
Yeah.
That DLC was.
That's actually
There-
the one that,
there was
that
Go ahead.
came to mind.
There was an opinion piece put out that Tomb Raider is the Rise of the Tomb Raider is the best action game of our generation.
I'd say it's really good.
I would not even.
I
remotely
having not played Uncharted 4, I would hold my opinion though.
fucking hold that shit because I say nay.
It's really good.
I say a very strong fucking nay.
What would you say is better, Uncharted 4? I would probably
well, they
say that
said
is
of our
better.
generation. That's the thing.
Oh,
Because they said generation.
What do they consider like console generation?
I
Or
would say so.
like
when they
us
said
being 28-year-old between 25 and 28-year-olds. Because I mean, you're 28. His birthday's his birthday's
Who's 25?
February.
you 25?
No, 27.
That's what I thought. Who's 25?
Something.
Either way, that's fantastic. You remember the month.
Because you don't tell people.
No, I don't really ever care about my birthday.
February something. I know
Yeah,
what's in
it's
there.
the hardest to get you guys shit.
I like beer.
But I was just saying 25 because I never remember how old JD is. I think he's 27 now.
He's 27.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm the youngest, aren't
Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
young. You're the baby.
I'm a little younger.
You're a little baby and you act like it sometimes.
I? Yeah, whatever. Fuck off, Gramps. So anyway, but
Spencer will be the one sitting on the porch doing that.
Yeah.
they were pretty much talking about how it's the definitive action adventure game of our generation.
No, I don't think so.
If it's as far as generation, if we're taking it into consideration of just the gaming console generation, I still would say no.
Yeah, it's probably Uncharted 4.
How
I
many
would say
years
so.
are we into this generation? 3?
What do you mean?
3
Which
years into
generation?
this PS4, Xbox One?
I think it's 3 as of September.
Well, they came out in November, didn't they?
No, the Xbox came out in November.
When did the PS4 come out?
Wait,
I think they both came out together.
2 weeks. No, 2 weeks apart. Because Sony came out first.
Stop.
So it's the beginning for November. Yeah.
So they both came out in November.
Yeah, but 2 weeks apart. It's a big fucking deal.
No, but I'm
So
saying
they've
they came
been
out
out for
in
3
November.
years, right?
I want to say.
I think it's 3 years.
Yeah, think. How many Assassin's Creeds are released?
This is 3 Assassin's Creeds ago.
Yeah, actually.
Holy shit, that's
so-
true.
So Black Flag
because
came out.
Unity was announced with the.
Black Flag was announced with it.
Syndicate,
came out with it.
Syndicate came out.
No, then it was Unity,
Unity, that's it.
and then it was Syndicate.
Syndicate.
No, so
And then
I
we have it
remember,
here.
but I remember
Fast
watching
forward.
a Xbox like release trailer of like how amazing the Xbox is, and it was showing off multiplayer with Assassin's Creed or Unity, with the fact that you could 4-player it and everyone could have their own mission. That's stuff to do.
Hey man, I was hyped too, but I just remember that at E3.
That might have been E3,
But
not an Xbox thing.
I wouldn't even, as far as last generation, definitely not. I think there's,
Uncharted
I would
2?
say Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
Another Uncharted.
But they cornered that. They
But
nailed
think
it.
action adventure. What else constitutes an action adventure there, Spence?
Bloodborne.
You don't have to think long and hard. It could be quick. It could be your go-to even.
The Last of Us?
No. Think. What's even more go-to than The Last of Us? Or that something I got you.
Oh, The Witcher?
Yeah,
I don't know if
No.
I'd classify that. I don't think I'd
I would
classify
as
it.
an action adventure.
No.
Action adventure RPG. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it in the same boat as those games.
Why?
Really? Because
I think it's
because
separate.
it's more streamlined or it's more linear.
Yeah,
It's
I
still
think
the
those
same
are
genre.
more streamlined, like linear. I think those are more like
If I'm playing a fighting
Set
game,
pieces.
if I'm playing a fighting game and I can move in the foreground and into the background, does that change that it's a fighter? No.
it changes if it's 2D or 3D.
No, it's still a fighter.
Yeah, but I think when you get to
It's
that,
still a fighter.
the pool is a
Spence.
little bit too big.
Hey, if it's a real-time RPG or if it's a turn-based RPG, is it still an RPG?
No.
Yes. It's an RPG. But
Get your Final Fantasy out of like turn based.
But okay, so the last thing, and I'm sure you guys want to talk about, or maybe you don't. PewDiePie didn't delete his channel.
I don't really
Did he hit 50?
I don't really know,
Yeah, he had 50 million.
Ah.
Yeah,
That's cool. Good
His,
job, Beauty. You did it
he
again.
did the reason why he did it was obviously what you talked about. He was upset about some other people getting kind of shafted on YouTube, and he's like, "I'm gonna delete my thing," right? And then what's funny is in the video, it's literally like a minute and 50 seconds, whatever. Shows him going, I said I would do it, right? Remember when I said I'd delete my video at 50 million? He's like, well, here it goes. And he goes to delete it, and it's his old channel, or it's a sub channel or whatever. And he deletes it, and he goes, before he deletes it, and he goes, you know how you make a joke and people blow it out of proportion? He's like, yeah. And then he goes to delete the video, and then he's like, he just goes, gotcha, or whatever, and then that's it. And then it shows, all it does is it flashes to different, it's like, I think one's like Elite Daily, Forbes, I think Otaku, and all this other stuff, and they're just like, PewDiePie will delete his thing, or whatever, and he's like, seriously, like, the whole point of it was essentially to get,
Subscribers.
no, to get a rise
Reaction?
out of news guys. They're so quick to report something when they haven't, like, they don't know necessarily all the facts. Because he said, he's going to delete his channel. Nope. They didn't report that he had 2 channels. As far as I know, none of those reported that he did. Everyone was thinking it was his primary 50 million or whatever. So,
But that's a sense of common sense, though. Of like,
that's nice.
if I say, if you're gonna say I'm gonna delete your channel, and I know you have the other channel, I'm gonna assume you're gonna talk about this channel. You know what I mean?
Well, there's
Yeah, I mean, there's an assumption there, but
Yeah.
that's just what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, like, why he didn't delete his channel, because at this point, that's how he makes all of his money. Why would you delete your money?
Yeah.
well, he's as far
Well,
as he
he's
knows,
up
he's
there.
well off. He said he can be fine for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I'm sure he could, but, I mean, I would probably just pull back on... I don't think if we ever become, like, super successful to where we're all well off through the rest of our lives from this show, I don't think I would ever stop making videos. I would probably at some point stop putting as much effort into it and, like, basically just do live streams. If we didn't get together, do the podcast every week,
Yeah.
then I would just... I mean, shit, if we have 50 million subscribers,
I would just turn it on and be like, "Rah!
Right.
It's Eric, payday."
Give me money.
Oh yeah, I see the views getting higher. Just point.
And point at it.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but that's this guy who's essentially him. And, you know, like I follow, like, Markiplier
Yeah.
and whatnot. And
They
They're
created a
doing it.
brand in a very specific style of
Yeah.
their art to where if I were them and I wanted to stop it, I would just stop that style of art and just do a little bit more of what we do and just raw footage it.
yeah, and unfortunately, what people subscribe to was that initial,
The art.
the way it looks. And
Yeah.
these guys are working pretty much every day doing this. A lot of their stuff, like, especially with Markiplier talks about it a lot. PewDiePie did it. He mentioned it a couple times, but they outsource their editing a lot of times now.
Mm-hmm.
They can't just choose anybody. They outsource it to someone that they trust, who has their same sense of humor, so they can kind of capitalize off of what's funny,
Yeah.
and they just produce the content at this point. It's much easier that way.
Can you imagine being that person that has to watch 8 hours of that content to find a 12-minute video?
Well, I don't think they're always like in the case of PewDiePie. He's on part 5, and he's remember of Last Guardian. Remember that part where I was like, the tail's got to come down. You're like,
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, just have him jump over you on that little tight area. That's where he's at on part 5. So I wouldn't imagine you're looking through too much.
That's true.
No doubt some stuff gets lost. You know, the editor gets a little lazy and he's like, oh, I shouldn't skip ahead. But, you know.
Still.
Yeah. So he still has it up. I was actually watching some of his older videos because I remember watching his and Markiplier's Last of Us playthrough.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember liking Mark's better because he was more attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And PewDiePie was like, get the fuck out of here all the time or whatever. He was still in that kind of phase. But,
All right.
but yeah,
Well, I'm Spencer.
I'm Rosie.
I just got cut off.
I thought that was it.
And he's Eric, and this is The Edge. Thanks for watching.
Dang.
What, I can't speak for myself?
Hey, show him. Show him where he's at now. Where's he at now?
What?
Oh yeah.
There's nothing